Hey everyone, welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Today, we're diving deep into Pluribus Episode 2, and trust me, things are getting wild. The hive mind is expanding, Carol is losing control, and humanity's last few survivors are starting to question what it even means to be human anymore. From emotional meltdowns that kill millions, to the twisted logic of a world without individuality, this episode is packed with mind-bending sci-fi and heartbreaking moments. So grab your snacks, settle in, and let's break down everything that went down in Pluribus Episode 2, from the shocking reunions to that brilliant, game-changing ending. So let's get into it. The aftermath of the Hive takeover. The episode opens with a look at the cleanup process in Morocco, giving us a glimpse of how the hive mind has taken full control of the planet. It's eerie, but oddly beautiful. We see the hive working in perfect unison. What was once chaos has now become an efficiently functioning global organism. A hive-controlled worker might be a pilot one second and a medic the next. It's the ultimate version of humanity's collective knowledge, but with one major catch. There's no you anymore. The episode subtly asks a profound question. If everything you know, love, and feel can be shared instantly with everyone else, do you even exist as a person anymore? That's the paradox of this new world. Humanity has achieved what philosophers and scientists dreamed of, total unity, but at the cost of individuality. And in the midst of all that, we return to Carol, one of the 12 people left who aren't part of the hive. She's still mourning Helen, her partner, whose death marked the end of her old life. Episode 2 begins with her trying to bury Helen in the scorching heat, but even that simple act of love and grief is interrupted by the presence of the hive.
Uncalled for. The entire fucking world is ending, and instead of doing the right thing...
Carol meets Zosia. Carol's solitude doesn't last long. A drone, an MQ-9 Reaper, begins hovering above her, tracking her movements. It's not there to kill her, but to watch her, ensuring she doesn't die of heat exhaustion. The hive has taken on a strangely protective tone, almost like a caretaker concerned about its last few unlinked children. Carol later nicknames her Raban, after one of the characters from her novels. Zosia is a hive-controlled vessel, designed specifically to comfort Carol. She even looks and talks like someone out of Carol's imagination. The hive clearly studied Carol's psyche, trying to connect with her in the only way it knows, by recreating something familiar. But Carol isn't fooled. When Zosia offers her water, Carol refuses to drink it, suspecting that it's laced with the mind virus that turns people into hive drones. Zosia insists that's not true, but Carol throws the water away anyway. The tension between them builds. Zosia representing the all-seeing hive, and Carol symbolizing the last spark of human autonomy. Then, things take an emotional turn. The hive uses Helen's memories, trying to talk to Carol through Zosia. It tries to comfort her by telling her how much Helen loved her, but instead of soothing her, it enrages her. She explodes in anger, screaming at Zosia, and that's when something strange happens. The hive glitches. Zosia collapses, and across the world, we see others faltering too.
Did I make everybody freeze like that?
The hive glitches. Carol's emotional outburst has real, devastating consequences. When she yells, her intense emotions cause a ripple effect through the hive's network. It's not just Zosia that collapses. We learn later that the glitch spreads globally. For the first time, the hive shows vulnerability. When Carol drives into town afterward, she sees hive-controlled construction workers frozen mid-task, stuck like malfunctioning robots. As soon as she approaches, they suddenly regain control and resume their work, as if nothing happened. It's unsettling, a reminder that Carol's emotions can literally kill. Back home, Carol finds that Zosia has scavenged tools from a neighbor's house, gloves, a hat, and a pickaxe, to help dig Helen's grave. Carol calls the hive's 24-hour hotline. Yes, there's actually one, and Zosia returns, fully reactivated. During their conversation, Carol learns the horrifying truth. Her emotional outburst caused millions of hive vessels to die. Zosia tries to downplay it, saying that Carol shouldn't think of them as people, but rather as vessels of the Hive's consciousness. That cold distinction between human and vessel drives home just how detached the Hive's morality is. Carol is shaken to her core. She throws up, unable to handle the guilt.
Are you supposed to be my character, Raban? Why?
If we chose poorly.
The Hive helps in Helen's burial. Despite everything, Carol still needs to give Helen a proper burial. When Zosia notices how exhausted she is, the Hive intervenes again, sending in a helicopter carrying a mini excavator to help dig the grave. Zosia operates it while Carol watches, emotionally numb. It's one of the episode's more grounded moments, watching a Hive-controlled being use technology to perform a deeply human act of mourning. For all its strangeness, the Hive seems to understand Carol's pain, or at least tries to. But this moment also reveals something crucial about the show's tone. Pluribus doesn't just focus on the sci-fi spectacle. It's about intimacy, loss, and moral confusion. The Hive may be efficient, but it's emotionally tone-deaf. It can't replicate the messy beauty of human grief.
You are a goddamn bunch of grave-robbing psycho.
Carol meets the other survivors. After the burial, Carol decides it's time to meet the others, the remaining 11 people who, like her, are immune to the Hive's control. But she only meets 5 of them, the ones who can speak English. The Hive arranges for the meeting to take place in Bilbao, Spain, and even handles the logistics of bringing them together. Their names are Utkanbayar, Xiaomei, Kusamayu, Lakshmi, and Kumba Diabate. Zosia warns Carol before they depart. The Hive can't protect her if one of the survivors decides to attack her. They are free, unpredictable, and potentially dangerous. But Carol presses on, desperate to find allies who share her goal, restoring humanity's independence. Unfortunately, that's not what she finds. When Carol arrives, she realizes that the other survivors are content. They've adapted to this new Hive-controlled world. Otkan and Xiaomei interact with Hive vessels as if they're still their families. Kusamayu and Lakshmi seem at peace, while Kumba, flamboyant, narcissistic, and utterly reckless, is living out every fantasy imaginable. He even arrives in Bilbao aboard Air Force One.
The second or third language?
I want to meet those 5.
The survivors' meeting. Carol reluctantly joins Kumba on the plane, using it as the location for the survivors' summit. Once aboard, the Hive removes all listening devices and leaves the room, giving them full privacy. Carol wastes no time. She wants to discuss how to fix the world, how to reverse what the Hive has done, but the others don't share her urgency. To them, this is peace. There's no war, no hate, no inequality. Why destroy something that's working? Carol argues that the peace is a lie, a synthetic illusion maintained by erasing individuality. She reminds them that the Hive isn't benevolent. It's just waiting until it can assimilate the last few survivors. But her words fall flat. They've already surrendered, emotionally and philosophically. Lakshmi in particular lashes out at Carol. Her grandfather's vessel was one of the millions who died during Carol's emotional glitch. To her, Carol is just as destructive as the Hive. Meanwhile, Kumba, ever the hedonist, seems more concerned with enjoying his new privileges than worrying about moral dilemmas. That's when Carol asks the question that breaks their illusion. What was the human cost?
The future of humanity is in our hands. As scary as that sounds.
The numbers don't lie. Zosia steps in, reluctantly revealing the horrifying truth. 886 million people died during the transition process. The silence in the room is deafening. All their arguments about peace and efficiency crumble under that number. But before Carol can press further, Lakshmi strikes back with a devastating revelation of her own. Carol's emotional breakdown earlier killed 11 million vessels. Carol is crushed. She may be fighting for humanity's freedom, but in doing so, she's destroyed lives too. Her pain and rage aren't just metaphors, they're lethal.
Is that your question?
Why does the world need saving?
Kumba's immorality and Zosia's dilemma. Tensions continue to rise, and eventually Carol storms off. But things take another turn when Kumba approaches her afterward. He isn't interested in Carol's mission. He wants permission to take Zosia with him to Las Vegas as part of his harem. It's a moment that perfectly captures everything wrong with this new world order. Kumba isn't just exploiting the Hive, he's exploiting people. Even if they're vessels, he represents the worst of human nature, the ability to rationalize immorality for personal pleasure. Carol is disgusted. She argues that Kumba's so-called paradise is built on slavery. Zosia may be a vessel, but she's still a person in Carol's eyes. Carol gives the Hive an ultimatum: decide for itself whether Zosia should stay with her or go with Kumba. This is a turning point, the first time Carol challenges the Hive with a personal moral dilemma.
Are you the one who lost her temper and made them all stop moving?
The ending, Carol's new plan. At the end of episode 2, Carol boards a plane to return to Albuquerque. Meanwhile, Zosia boards Air Force One with Kumba. Everything seems final until Carol suddenly changes her mind. She gets off her plane and races to stop Air Force One from taking off. At first glance, it seems like an act of attachment. Maybe Carol doesn't want to lose Zosia after losing Helen. But underneath that, there's a deeper strategy forming. Carol has realized something crucial. The Hive can handle massive-scale decisions, global coordination, peacekeeping, logistics, but it struggles with individual moral choices. When forced to choose between Kumba and Carol, the Hive hesitated. It made a personal choice, not a collective one. And that's the weakness Carol has been looking for. If she can keep pushing the Hive into making these difficult, emotional decisions, if she can humanize its logic, she might cause it to fragment. The Hive thrives on unity, but individuality is poison to it. By creating moral conflict, Carol could force it to give autonomy back to its vessels. Maybe that's how she plans to free humanity, not by fighting the Hive, but by teaching it to be human again.
How many people died?
Our nerdy thoughts. Episode 2 of Pluribus takes the series from pure science fiction into deep moral territory. It's no longer about just surviving an alien infection. It's about what makes us, us. Carol's struggle isn't just physical, it's philosophical. The Hive offers order, peace, and collective intelligence, but at the cost of identity, creativity, and free will. It's the ultimate trade-off, safety versus freedom. And somewhere out there, the mysterious senders of that RNA sequence are waiting. Whoever they are, they didn't give humanity this gift for peace. They've stripped us of our autonomy, likely to prepare for something bigger, an invasion, colonization, or exploitation. Carol, a writer, not a soldier, may be the last person standing between humanity and complete erasure. Pluribus Episode 2 ends on a quiet but powerful note. Carol's journey isn't about vengeance or power. It's about reclaiming what it means to be human. And that makes Carol the perfect protagonist in a world that's forgotten individuality. What did you think of Episode 2? Do you think Carol can actually outsmart the Hive? And what do you think the RNA message sender really wants? Drop your theories in the comments below. I'll be diving into the best ones in the next breakdown. Until then, stay curious, stay human, and as always, keep watching the skies.
Traitors to the human race!
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.